While the study of the mental health benefits from hallucinogenic drugs may have been considered career suicide for scientists 30 years ago, a new leaf has been unturned as the government now allows such experiments to take place. New research by a multitude of organizations have uncovered a variety of intriguing facts about the effects of drugs on the human mind, such as LSD, psilocybin, MDMA, and more. With the increasing level of psychedelic experiments, researchers have discovered many positive outcomes of their controlled usage, such as the easing of depression, the encouragement of creativity, and the treatment of PTSD. The first thing that's important to note is that psilocybin mushrooms have been found to ease depression in patients. In the November 2020 web article by John Hamilton titled "Rigorous Study Backs a Psychedelic Treatment for Major Depression," published by Health News by NPR, scientists point out that magic mushrooms had a 4 times greater effect than typical antidepressants on patients with depression in a 27-person case study. Mental health improvements were documented as early as the next day and lasted as late as a whole month without any follow-up treatments. Because of this, psilocybin mushrooms are being looked at as part of the future of psychological health medicine. However, easing depression is not the only side effect of such drug usage. The second thing that's important to note is that the drug LSD has been found to improve creativity and imagination in test subjects. According to a 2019 web article titled "Can Psychedelic Drugs Enhance Creativity?" published by the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, LSD enhances many brain functions. Scientific studies have shown that not only can LSD enhance the imagination, inspire novel thought, and strengthen problem-solving abilities, they can actually improve creativity and artistic performance. For example, an experiment in 1959 showed that painters on LSD had more technical problems while on the drug, but their artistic and creative abilities were much more defined. Many other similar experiments exist like this today. Because of this, the future of creativity looks very, very promising. Beyond benefiting artists and writers, psychedelics can also help those in need. The third thing that's important to note is that hallucinogenic drugs have been found to significantly aid those suffering from PTSD. According to a November 2019 academic journal called "A New Look at an Old Model, Psychedelic Drugs and Patient Care" by Milenko Martinovich, 54% of participants in an experimental MDMA trial no longer exhibited any forms of having PTSD after just 3 MDMA-assisted therapy sessions. The MDMA allowed participants to more calmly detail traumatic events as it quiets the part of the brain associated with fear and threats. It also enhances the trust between patients and their therapists, allowing for much more expressive communication. With a tremendous number of veterans committing suicide every year because of their PTSD, this treatment is likely to save tons of lives. These types of drugs carry a negative connotation to the American public, but one of the main reasons for that is the lack of awareness for their mental health benefits. The limiting of these types of experiments by the US government in the mid-20th century roadblocked any chances of discovering these benefits for decades, but they are finally being revealed bit by bit. In just a limited number of years, they have already been found to ease depression, encourage creativity, and treat PTSD patients. While the research on these compounds has just truly begun and much more is to be had in the future does certainly look much brighter as we expand our horizons to more progressive forms of medicine.